a mini haul, almost 20 bucks. The romance in this, a huge plot twist happened. Hi guys, welcome to this vlog, welcome to this channel. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy you guys are here. Today I'll be doing another reading vlog slash vlog. I am doing this vlog because I have a lot of things that I have planned. I'm gonna show you guys a haul because I bought some books while I was out and I wanted to open them with you guys. Also, I have a lot of reading plans this week. I also want to update my reading journal because I was out the whole last week of March and I have yet to update my journal. I'm currently just chilling, but I do want to start this vlog off with a mini haul. It's not a lot of books. In the previous vlog, I actually went to the bookstore and I did not do a haul for the books that I bought in that trip. And then I have a package that I bought while I was out, so I'm going to open that as well. So I bought the Book of the Year trilogy by Holly Black. I got to read it, but obviously it's a TikTok favorite and I am going to be doing a video where I read book talk books, so this is one of them. I bought Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I kind of did not want to buy this in the beginning because the price tag on it was a little bit expensive for something so thin, but I've heard great reviews and I just really wanted to read it, so I decided to just do it because I also had a voucher for the bookstore that I went to, so I decided to just spend it on this book. And then I bought Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. This book I was really terrified of buying, but I wanted to give it a go because I've heard some great reviews by some other booktubers and some book talk people, so I wanted to give it a go and have my own opinion on it. And then I bought two books. These are actually books I bought before these books, but I wanted to include this here because I also have yet to open them and read them, and they're pretty exciting books. So this one is Babel by R.F. Kuang, and this is Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I'm really excited to get into this. I just don't know when and I don't know how because they're pretty intimidating books. And then I have this bad boy. These are the books that I bought while I was out. This is really hard to open. Yep. I bought 4 books. And so the first one on top here is The Kiss Curse by Erin Starling. This is the second book right after the X-Hex. They're both standalones, but they occur in the same world. And this is about, I'm pretty sure, the cousin, or is it the sister of the main character, Vivian, in the X-Hex. But yeah, I actually liked the X-Hex, and some people said that The Kiss Curse was better, so I decided that I wanted to read this. The next book I got is Serpent and Dove. This one is by Shelby Mahurin. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's a fantasy book. I have always wanted to read it. I just never really dived into it because I had a lot of fantasy books that I had to finish reading. But I got through a lot of them, so I decided to finally get started into this trilogy. And I actually don't know what it's about, but I know it's about witches and a witch hunter, and that's about it. So I'm excited to go into this a little bit blind. I decided not to buy the second and third book because I don't know if I'm gonna like this first book, and I didn't want to buy them first if I didn't like the book, so I stopped myself from buying it. I think I was pretty smart in doing that. The third book I got is Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. I actually don't own the first book, but I read it in Kindle Unlimited and I liked it. I ended up just ordering the second one first because I read the first one, but I've yet to read the second one, so I decided to get this one first in the physical copy. If I like this one, I'll probably get the first one too. The last book I got is, and I think this is the one that I'm the most excited about because I've read so many good reviews and I have yet to hear any bad ones, and it's 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I am really excited to read this. This is, I think, second chance romance too, and I love that trope so much. I know it's something to do with both of them falling in love in 7 days and then they separated and then they reunite again, and it was something to do with both of them being authors and writing about their lives in different books or something like that. That's it for my mini haul. That's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books. I actually I'm not gonna lie, I have no reading plans. The previous reading vlog I had plans, but this time I don't have reading plans. I'm just gonna go with the flow. However, I actually have a book that I'm reading that I read before I actually left for the trip, and it's Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I have read up until this point. That's page 142, chapter 16. But I've yet to continue this book. I probably will. But right now, I've been kind of semi-addicted to my Kindle. I've been reading basically on my Kindle throughout my Korea trip. And the only books that I've been reading during my Korea trip are Rina Kent's books. She has like a whole list of like mafia romances, so I've been reading all of her mafia romance books. I'll update you guys if I end up reading some other books, all of that. But right now I am going to do a little bit of journaling before I get into reading, because I've been binging on Rina Kent's books that I actually don't really want to read anything right now. It is actually the next day. I have not done any reading, and it's actually 3:30 p.m. I read 50 pages last night. I think I started at like chapter 16 or something, and now I'm at page 210. I'm like a few pages into chapter 22. The start of it was great. I didn't mind the beginning parts of this book, but as we continued on, I felt a little bit bored. And I think the problem I have is that I had really high expectations about this book because everyone was raving about the Addicted and Calloway series, and I know a lot of people liked it, and I'm not one of those people who liked it, but I really had such high expectations that I thought that I was gonna really like this book. It is great, it's fun, but also it gets a little bit boring. There are some things that I just found repetitive, and that's why I am at a stage where I don't know how to feel about this book, really. I kind of need to continue reading to figure out how to feel about this book. So I'm gonna continue reading, but I'll probably start reading later in the day. I need to finish my work first. I just wanted to give a quick update today. So I don't know if I'm like in a slump or something. Maybe I was just reading too many Rina Kent books. Like the only thing I really want to read right now is Heart of My Monster. That's coming out tomorrow. Oh, and I like really want to read it. That I'm just not interested in reading this. Also, I just wanted to give an update about Book Depository. I don't know if you guys like know this, but they're closing down, and I ended up just adding a shit ton of books into my cart. I think I have like 14 books in here, and that's not even all of the books that I want to buy. So I'm about to be broke at this point. I think because they're closing, they're going on like a little bit of a sale, so a lot of the books are pretty cheap. I feel like I've been filming in the same spot 1,000 times. I apologize for the lack of change in scenery. I have read up until page 276 of Addicted to You, so I have about less than 100 to the end, and I will be finishing this book today, and then I will be picking another book later. Right now I'm actually journaling. I'm trying to finish up my March spread for my books. I am missing a photo because I forgot that I read Malibu Rising last month. And then I just placed a huge Book Depository order. It's really hard for me to get books where I'm staying at. I do have like an international bookstore, but there are some like rarer books that are pretty difficult to get. For example, Magnolia Park's universe, they're pretty difficult to get. I did get the first book in the bookstore, but the rest of the books I couldn't really find. Essentially, I bought a lot of books on Book Depot. I think almost 20 books. Anyway, enough of my rant. I will continue reading this once I'm done with my spread. Also, I am enjoying this a lot more than my last update. I definitely feel like it's getting better throughout the book. I like the fact that the two main characters are toxic, I guess you would say, but I like that that shows their character and their personality, so I'm really enjoying them as characters. I also really like the fact that Connor and Reich, the two main protagonists in the Calloway Sisters series, appeared. I really like the two of them already, especially Connor. Oh my gosh. So I'm super excited to continue reading this. I am going to continue. I'm gonna edit my reading journal and I'll come back when I'm done. Now I'm at chapter 29. I think this is the part where things start to go down a little bit. So I am bracing myself because like the last few pages were really intense and I was kind of a little bit emotional from what happened. I really liked the relationship between Rose and Lily. I think the two of them, they like make me the most emotional, especially when they say I love you to each other. I'm about to like cry because like I can really see and understand like the love that Rose has for Lily. It's fine. And also Reich, Lauren, and Connor, I felt like their friendship was just the cutest thing ever. It was probably the best thing that happened in this book for me. It was just so pure and so sweet, and it really made this book so much better. I'm not gonna lie, the middle part I really did skim a little bit because the parts of where they talked about their addiction, I felt it was kind of repetitive, but the last 100 pages were so good and they made me so emotional. They made me feel like the characters had depth. I was so surprised by this. I definitely didn't think that I was gonna like it because of how hyped this book was, but I love it. I love it. It has my heart. Guys, I have been searching since this morning, wondering when Heart of My Monster is gonna come out on Kindle because it's supposed to be released April 6th, and it's finally here. I can finally download it. This is gonna be my next read. This is the third book in the Monster trilogy. This is a dark mafia romance written by Rina Kent, and I have read the first two books in the month of March, so this was just released this month. This series is a part of a bigger series that revolves around the Russian mafia called the Bratva, and this is, I think, the last one in the series. The other two books is the Deception trilogy and the Throne Duet. So I'm just excited. So I'm gonna start reading it and I'll update you guys. It is now 9 p.m. and I've been reading on my Kindle for, I think, at least 4 hours. I've been reading for a really long time. I find that when I read on my Kindle, I can read for longer periods of time and I also read faster, but I don't know why that happens. I did read Heart of My Monster and I don't know, but I am pretty sure I can finish this today. Also, it's not really a long book. It's less than 300 pages. I am currently at 83%, page 258. I am enjoying it so far because I feel like Carol, the main male character, I feel like he has grown a lot throughout this whole series. I still don't really like Sasha. I definitely liked her most in the first book, but it's still an okay storyline. I just know that it's definitely not 5 stars. I do love the plot. I think that it's very entertaining and it's very fun. The politics of it, the enemies portion, because this is, I would say, slightly enemies to lovers. I love the enemies portion. It just seems so realistic instead of like basic rom-com enemies to lovers. I'm gonna continue reading this. I'll probably finish it tonight, to be honest, because I am having such a fun time. I've been waiting for this book to come out for a week. I've been dying to read it, so I'm really excited to actually finish this. Sorry for the backlight, but today is actually Monday. It is currently 9 a.m. My dog is snoring. If you guys can hear that, sorry about that. I didn't film anything from Friday to Sunday. I had to run errands. I also had to meet people, and I was always out first thing in the morning, and I came back home at like 11. The last thing I wanted to do was read, so I didn't pick up any book. I didn't read. I was also barely at home, but we're gonna restart and we're gonna continue reading today because it's Monday, it's a new week. I also like took my eyelash extensions off, so I look like a baby now. I think the last update I had was that I was on the way to finishing Heart of My Monster, and I did finish it Thursday night. And then now I want to start reading Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Lynn. So that's the reading plans for today. I will get ready for the day and I will get back with you guys when I have some reading going on. Hello. Today is Tuesday and I got started with Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Lynn. I really wanted to read this book for a while now, and I bought this duology last year. Sorry, that was my dog. But I really wanted to read this before I've really heard anyone talk about it, because this centers around this Chinese folklore around the moon goddess, the Mid-Autumn Festival, the folklore that centers on Chang'e and Hou-Yi, the one who shot down 9 suns from the sky. Point being, if you've heard of that folklore, this is all about it, and it's really interesting so far. I have read up until page 28 now. Yesterday night I basically read that much, and then this whole morning I was working. So now that I have enough time, I'm gonna continue reading this book. I'm hoping to get like at least halfway through today, but this is a pretty thick book. It is almost 500 pages long, and I don't know if I can get through it. I'm hoping that I can, but we'll see about that. I'm hoping that I will like it, and I will update you guys when I get through at least a decent amount, when I have something to say about this story. I am now up until the point where part 2 has started, and that is in page 167. So that is chapter 14, and I am so pumped to continue reading this. I'm also really happy that I have reached page 160 something, because it is only 4:30 p.m. and that means that I can continue to read more pages, and I'm hoping that I can get a big dent on this book today. My dog is currently being crazy on the side, so if you hear any noises, it's him. One thing I really like about this book is actually the storytelling. If you guys watch Chinese dramas, you'll know that there's this genre called xianxia, and in xianxia dramas there are the same characters that appear in this book. There are immortals, and there are mortals, and there are gods and goddesses, and the Kunlun Mountains also kind of played a role here, and that is prevalent in xianxia dramas as well. And what I really like about it is that the storytelling, the writing is a lot more like formal and sophisticated, but it really reflects well the genre that is xianxia. That's where I'm at, and I am really pumped to continue this book. So it is currently almost 10 p.m. at night, and I have now read more than halfway through. I'm now at page 268, chapter 22, and that means that I most likely can finish this book tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. I think I didn't mention this, but I'm pretty sure it's not a spoiler. It is revealed kind of early on in the book that it is a love triangle. I don't really know who she's going to end up with, and I kind of like that. I also really like both of the love interests. I think they're pretty complex characters. We're getting like right into the middle of the plot, and I like how the story is going. I like how the plot is flowing. I think everything is going super well so far. I just love the fact that it is ciencia related, and I love that genre so much. That is my favorite Chinese drama genre, and I watch it so much. I feel like I'm fulfilling my dreams of reading a ciencia book, but I am enjoying this so much, and I love the romance in this. The main character, Sing-in, I wouldn't say that she's like, you know, romance oriented to the point where she forgets like what she's there for. So that's why I like the romance. I feel like it just aids her instead of her being so crazy in love that she forgets her plan of saving her mom. That is written in the blurb, so I'm not spoiling anything. I will continue reading this book, and I will update you guys tomorrow morning because I am really sleepy right now. I will be reading a few more pages before I go to sleep, but other than that, I am enjoying this, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I've gone through a pretty decent amount this morning. So yesterday night I read up until page 350, and I have gone through like part 3 of this book, and now I'm at page 399. A huge plot twist happened, and we're in the middle of that, and I definitely did not see the plot twist coming. It was quite unexpected. I probably should have seen it coming, to be honest, but I was like really too into the story that I did not see the signs. So at least to me, I felt like it was a really good plot twist. I am definitely going to finish this today. I am only like 100 pages left to the end. I am really excited to continue this duology and to see what's going to happen at the end. Hopefully I can finish it this morning and end the vlog this morning as well. Hi, so I am back to end the vlog. I did finish reading Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Lynn. I really enjoyed this book. More so, I wasn't really expecting to really like this book, but I really did. It was very different than a lot of the books that I've read, and I love the concept of it because it really reminded me of my Chinese heritage and the folklore that this book centered around. I celebrate on a yearly basis. So I got a little bit bored in the last bit when the whole plot twist happened, and then there was a lot of action going on, but other than that, everything was great. But yeah, I'm going to end this vlog here, and I will be giving a final rating of all of the books that I've read. I read 3 books. I read Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. As you guys can see, I got really emotional reading this, and I cried a lot. I didn't like this at first, but I started to realize how much character these people had, and I'm excited to continue the series because I feel like I will be able to like the other books more. For Addicted to You, I gave this book 4 stars out of 5. If the ending didn't give me like so many tears, I would have given this 3 stars, but because it got me really emotional and I was thinking about this book for a while, I decided to give this book 4 stars. I then read a Kindle book. I read Heart of My Monster, which is the last book in the Monsters trilogy by Rina. I wasn't as fascinated and as surprised by a lot of the plot twists that happened. I kind of saw it coming in a sense. I really didn't like Sasha in this book. I thought that she was supposed to be like this really strong female character that was introduced to us in the first book, but in this book she kind of didn't exhibit those really strong female characteristics. It's as if she became a timid girl after meeting Kirill. That part really kind of made this whole book meh. The final rating for Heart of My Monster is 3 stars. It was a great ending, but that was about it. And the last book I read, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, I decided to give this 4 stars as well. Overall, I just enjoyed it so much, but it didn't give me the 5-star feeling. Still a great book, still recommend it, just not 5 full stars. Those are all the books that I read this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you guys enjoyed it. If you guys ever read these books, what are your thoughts about it? I would love to hear them. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!